Hey guys, welcome back to Detroit Garage. We're plugging away on the little 253 here. We're going to put the oil cooler on now, and I am missing a gasket for that, so I'll have to order that up. But while I'm waiting for that, we'll put on the oil pan as well. So we have to fabricate that oil pan, and we'll do that. And by the time I'm done, the gasket. So here's the expansion view of the oil cooler and all the bits you need for it. And I have pressure tested it and it passed, so that's good. Being I never used this oil cooler before. So these I torqued to 35 foot-pounds. Okay, that's the adapter on. Being I have to wait for that gasket, I'll just put the housing on, the cover, just to keep the dust out, or dirt or whatever. Something of interest as well. Stamp date, June 1968. Put this on for now and come back to it later and torque it up. So for now, I'm going to have to just hang this off the block. I'm missing these two long bolts. I must have used them up on some other project. But anyway, that's not a big deal. There. So we're going to hold off on finishing up the oil cooler and putting the blower on until I get the gaskets. But for now, we'll put the front pulley on and the flywheel on. So this is what a number 4 industrial flywheel looks like. This one happened to be driving a clutch and PTO arrangement for a hydraulic pump or something of that nature. And then this one, it's not a number 4, it's a custom jobby off the Deere, the 1958 Deere. So neither of these are automotive style clutches. This one's more automotive style, but the ring gear is in the wrong end. It should be down here. But on the Deere, they use the transmission for the starter housing. So that's why it's on the other end. So I won't know until I get the Buddha out of the forklift to figure out what or how I'm going to tackle this. So I may build this up. The Buddha flywheel is pretty well flush across. So I may just build this up with a large piece of iron and turn it to fit and then bolt it down. But I won't know again until I get the flywheel out of the Buddha. But there's just a couple of flywheels for you. Okay, I cleaned up the flywheel and having a bit of a think on this Deere flywheel. I have a friend that's got a lathe that can turn this. So I'm kind of thinking either turn this or the Buddha flywheel and insert it into this. Or take a ring gear like this, number 4 ring gear, turn this down to accept it, and then put the ring gear on there, and then use this flywheel. But it all depends on the diameter of the input shaft and the transmission and all the other stuff. Anyway, it's food for thought for now. I won't know until I get the Buddha out of the forklift. But just having a think on this. All right, let's put the flywheel on. At least that part will be done, and the front pulley. Speaking of the front pulley, this is off the Deere, the 253, and it ran a hydraulic pump to run all the accessories for the the blade and whatnot. This is the input shaft for the hydraulic pump on my forklift. So as you can tell, it's a lot smaller, so we'll have to make an adapter for that as well. But anyway, we'll have a think on all of this and come up with a solution once I start the swap. It's getting heavier now. Okay. I don't know how many hours that'll take though, but hey. This engine brake, I think the break-in period is 2 hours. Something like that, 1.5 to 2 hours. I'll just torque it to 100 foot-pounds or so. That's enough to be able to start it. There. Well, there it is, guys, all bolted in. We'll put the front pulley on now, and then start working on the oil pan. Well, there it is, all bolted in. I think I'll tidy up this rear housing. Put the front pulley on and then tidy up the rear housing. Put all the, try to get all the bolts and gaskets in. And the oil filler done. So here's another difference to the standard Detroit hubs. Normally the hub is just pressed on, like the Pulley hub or whatnot. This one just slips on really easy, and it's got a locking collar on it. So I'm going to clean that up. I didn't realize that was the case. So we'll just give that a bit of a rub. And then install it. There. And then when that gets tightened up, it presses in and locks it. So a little different. Okay, we're going to torque it down to 290 foot-pounds. There's 290. Okay, we're just putting all the bits on the rear of the housing. Just to tidy that up a little bit. And then after that I'll have to, I think I'll build the oil pan next after this. I actually don't know if this is going to work or not until I get it in the forklift and see. I don't think there's enough room, but it's fine for now. So that's 35 foot-pounds. All right, now I think I'm gonna steal some parts off the 653 for now to put the covers on here, and then later I'll get the correct covers. So I ended up robbing these pieces off my 653. I hate to rob Peter to pay Paul, but I'll have a lookout now for these bits. I basically used them all up. There we go. Here's another leaking point of Detroit is this spot right here. So the 653 had lock washers on this bolt here. And if you notice, it goes right through. So you have to put a copper washer on that one or it'll leak. And the 653 should be the same. Let's see if it makes a liar out of me. Yeah, it's the same. So those should have copper O-rings. Yeah, so the 653 had lock washers, so it would have been leaking out that bottom bolt. So here's the other cover, and it's got the proper washer, copper washer. So that's correct. So now I got to find a copper washer. I'm not going to torque it down, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet as far as attack driving, you know. I'll just kind of snug those up. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use this tack or not, or a digital tack. I'll see if I can adapt this to the Buddha tack and just keep using that. Because it's got an hour meter on it and a tack, so. Well, little Jimmy's starting to look like an engine. So I'm waiting on a press, and then I'll do the head. The press I ordered 2 months ago, and I finally tracked it down the other day, so it should be here this weekend. And that'll allow me to build up the head and do things, you know, rebuild water pumps and things like that with the nice press. Anyway, I'll show you that when I get it. It's a 20-ton press. Well, there you have it, guys. Some more progress on the little Jimmy. Thanks for checking in, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.